back in as late as 2006, 98% of the spending that we did in internet technologies was, guess where? Job boards. 98%. This year we changed that to 75% is other technologies and 25% job boards. And my goal is to kind of flip that on its head, maybe have 90% other technology, maybe 10% job boards. And I think having our group come together, I've been able to do that, and that's why I enjoy partnering with folks like Jobs2Web, because I can go to my recruiters and I say, you don't have to do anything different than what you did. You post our job to our external website, and it's going to go out to the search engines. We're going to start getting some of those customers. And that's kind of why I'm some of those candidates. And why I'm so excited to come here and talk to you guys today is because I actually took a risk. Peter Braske called me and we said, my internal stakeholders love job boards. They love, we can all name the big ones. They all want to be out there. But I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to tell them that if we go with you, we're going to be able to show them the same results that they experienced today with a much different product and maybe even expand our reach. And as you'll see in a couple slides, the data has proven that that has come true. Now I go to that team later this year as we talk about our 2008 strategy and say, hey, remember I told you that job boards weren't giving exactly what you're looking for? Well, here's the data, and here's the risk that we took, and look at the return on investment. So now I think I have even more data that I can give them to say, you know what, now let's move and try to push that strategy even further. So we'll kind of talk about that too. And I just want to talk about, we have a functionally based senior team. So what we have is we go across all the verticals. I like to call them so sales, research, and we have recruiting leaders that lead all those organizations, and I'm part of what we call the horizontal group. So I'm part of process and technology, and we try to implement strategies that help them do their jobs best. And that's the group that I have to keep selling on other internet technologies. So I want to give you just a quick overview. If on someone's way, just let me know. What some of our hiring was last year. As you can see, 36% of our hires come from the company website. Merck has a very good brand. We typically get a lot of people that like to cash our site, or they like to come over and visit very often. We have between, I would say, to our career sites, between 200,000 and 400,000 visitors a month. We get, it's actually responsible for 40% of the traffic that goes to Merck.com, which is very big, which is why we have the ability to kind of work with our internet marketing group. So you'll see here that we also have employee referrals or other referrals is 25%. What I'm going to talk about in the next slide is this 12% right here, which is internet job boards. So I kind of lump everything under the internet job board category. So Jobs2Web is considered that, even though it's search engine optimization. So we'll kind of break that out. And now you'll see some very good statistics on what our hiring is like. And we capture this with the Taleo application. That's our applicant tracking system. And what we do is one of the first questions that we ask a candidate is, where did you come from? And as we all know, sometimes they don't always put that information in correctly. So I work with Peter and folks in Jobs2Web and say, why don't we just automatically populate programs so they don't have to make a mental decision. So whenever they come from Jobs2Web, it's automatically populated for them. And we know exactly where they're coming from. We're tracking through the whole process. So you can see here, we have 5,000 candidates that have come from Jobs2Web. 14,000 of them apply for jobs. So they're applying almost 3 times for every candidate that we get, which is really good. Number of candidates interviewed, got 110. Total of interviewed candidates of this percentage here, which you'll see, this is 70%. These boards here represent 70% of that 12% on that previous slide. So these are 70% of our hires, and these are the boards that are the representative of our internet sourcing strategy for 2007, which that senior team decided on. So you'll start to see here, Jobs2Web, which was my quote-unquote risk, number 2 in our number of hires, all the way over here at the end when we have 40 candidates hired, as compared to one of the large job boards, which is 64. But I like to talk to the quality of candidate. You see, the one job board is giving me 20,000 candidates, but it's really only giving me another 24 hires when I'm only getting 5,000 candidates from Jobs2Web, but I'm getting 40 hires from them. And to me, that's speaking quality, because now we're starting to get people that are more targeted, and we're actually interviewing a higher percentage. from that site. And when you do that kind of percentage, where we're talking candidate yield, Jobs2Web is number one out of all our internet box. So I'll let you guys just look at that really quickly, and I want to give a quick plug here to my direct employers folks. I wanted to put you out there, and 9 hires this year. I was just talking to Dan Wallanoon yesterday, and I said, pretty much whatever hire I get from the direct employers, I call that Brady. Yeah. Because I use them for compliance, I use them as Chad was saying, for all, for this national conference. I mean, I am so not an expert in internet technology, so I come here to learn just like many of you. So I take all that from the direct employers, but if I get 9 hires from direct employers, that's awesome. Because now I go to my team and say, you know what, this is why we always need direct employers as part of our internet sourcing strategy, and that's something that we hopefully continue our relationship with. So you'll see, and then I wanted to give you a quick call for hire. Look at number 1, Jobs2Web. About $1,300 per candidate. And as of June of this year, it was actually below 1,000. And so I just wanted to give you why we get those numbers from. So what I do, I actually multiply, I divide the number of hires by how much we invested with the job board for 2007. And we actually signed a new agreement with Jobs2Web, which is why the cost went up a little bit, but it's still great. It's still very good. Are there any questions on this slide? Okay. That's really awesome. And now we're going to talk about some of the hires that come through. So 35% of them are manufacturing. This is awesome because our manufacturing manager, he said, I need other kinds of technologies. My people, they don't go on Google, they're not searching anywhere, they don't even use job boards. And now I go to him and I say, 35% of people that we're hiring for internet job boards is coming from Jobs2Web. Like, oh, wow, I can't believe that. I actually got that many hires from Jobs2Web, yes. Research has been very happy. Sales, 80% sales seems kind of low, but we actually stopped doing a lot of sales hiring in Merck about mid-year this year. So the fact that we're still getting a lot of traffic is just very good because we're not posting a lot of jobs there. So that's just site traffic done with that's actually really putting people over. So I talked a little bit to the quality of hires is based on the the amount of people that we're getting and the yield. And I want to also talk about how easy it was. I mean, as Peter knows, when we were talking about SEO, I actually left this meeting last year when I heard Joel speak. I said, we got to be part of SEO. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we got to do it. And, fortuitously, Peter called and said, you know what, I think we can help you. And I said, well, I'm not an expert in this. He said, you leave it to us. And we talked a couple times. I gave him branding information. I gave him the colors for our website. I had our internal branding team. It was completely hands-off. And that's exactly how I like it to be honest with you. I like it to be completely hands-off. And they've done a fantastic job. I consider them one of our partners. We're able to work and start branching out some passive categories, and we're going through some re-recruiting, and we're trying to work some of those things out. But it's a really good technology. It doesn't take a lot of investment of time. And like I said before, for the recruiters, it's nothing new that they have to do. As long as they're posted to your external site, their jobs are going through. So, and then these are some of the data. I don't know if you want to just speak to this, but so we have 800 subscribers to our emails so far this year in just 9 months. And this is something that I'm really excited. We just started in September, the sourcing ready. As Doug was talking earlier, I know our recruiters are going to love to have this kind of data. I'm going to start to say, hey, we have 47 people that don't mind us contacting them, right? So now I can see, hey, this person applied for my SAP job and is just looking for SAP jobs. Now I have their contact name, I have their email address, and maybe they have a friend of a friend of a friend that I can start talking to. This is really cool stuff, and it's something I'm very excited about. So, and I think that's it for me. Are there any questions?